In May of 2016, the GBN newsroom was contacted by irate customers of a bank in the south of the island who drew our attention to a notice of new banking fees. Since then, there have been rumors and some suggestions that these new measures were as a result of taxes introduced by government. Only yesterday, the deputy leader of the National Democratic Congress said government must look into the ways they do business so banks will not pass on their costs of doing business to their customers. But the Finance Ministry says government is not culpable in this matter. At Tuesday's media brief, Acting Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Finance Mike Sylvester says the new fees have nothing to do with any new taxes. He says, however, since the introduction of VAT, some bank fees attracted VAT, specifically explicit banking fees.
And these are fees that are charged for a specific purpose. For example, if you have a safety deposit box, there is a fee that is related to that. Of course, VAT is chargeable on that particular issue. If you have a credit card, for instance, a renewal fee, VAT is chargeable on some of those fees. And so, basically, what you find is that we are basically trying to level the playing field in that all the banks ought not to start paying those fees.
However, Sylvester says the situation is not unique to Grenada.
VAT on banking fee has nothing to do with bank fees in particular and what is happening at that level. And I think that's the important point that I want to make. I want to also make the point that with the introduction of VAT in all the other countries, if you go around Bahamas, St. Kitts and all the other countries, you will see that this is not a new thing. It's not unique to Grenada in the sense that all these laws have that provision for explicit banking, explicit fees at the bank that they are VATable.
Meanwhile, Economic Development Minister Oliver Joseph also added his voice to the issue.
There's a particular bank that is charging $25 a month for deposit. That has nothing to do with VAT, it has nothing to do with the central bank or anything. That is what the bank decides. So customers can decide, well, we are not still in an institution that is going to charge such high fees and they're free to move the money. In fact, in St. Kitts, the police had to put out a release telling people careful with large sums of money that they were withdrawing to work with, because there were people who were going to take out all the money from the bank because of the bank fees. So that has backfired.
Andre Jerome for GBN News.